Now the question is arising that the ban on online gaming platforms, and why are the High Court squashing the state laws on online gambling and also skill-based gaming websites? Karnataka High Court delivered a judgment striking down major portions of the Karnataka Police Amendment Act 2021, a new law that was introduced by state government to ban online gaming and skill-based gaming platforms like rummy, poker and fantasy sports that involve any wagering or risking of money on an uncertain event. Apart from Karnataka, a similar law introduced by Tamil Nadu government was struck down by Madras High Court in 2021 August. The Kerala High Court has also quashed a notification issued by the state government specifically based on banning the games of online rumming when played for the stakes. The question is, why are the states resorting to banning online gaming? Many social activists, government officials and those in law enforcement believe that the online games like rummy and poker are addictive in nature, and when played with monetary stakes leads to depression, mounting debts and suicides. Reportedly, there has been a few instances where youngsters faced with mounting debt due to losses in online gaming have committed other crimes like theft and murder. Some experts also believe that online games are susceptible to manipulation by website operating such as games, and also there is a possibility that users are not playing such games against other players, but against automatic machines or bots wherein there is no fair opportunity for an ordinary user to win this game. Now, on what grounds the court have struck down the online gaming law? So the Karnataka High Court struck down the amendment of the Karnataka Police Act on the three major grounds. First is violation of fundamental right and trade and commerce, liberty and privacy, speech and expression. The law being manifestly arbitrary and irrational insofar as it did not distinguish between two different categories of the games, that is, games of skill and change, and lastly, a lack of legislative competence of state legislators to enact the law, and also online skill-based games. The court had led these games wherein substantial effort, knowledge and skill is required are different from the games of mere luck or chance. So relying upon the previous judgments of the Supreme Court, which had held rummy, fantasy sport and betting on horse racing to be the games of skills rather than the High Court ruled out that online gaming involving skill, regardless of whatever money is staked on them, or not enjoy protection of right to trade and commerce, unlike gambling or betting. So the court also held that the state government provided no evidence or data on whether a sweeping ban was justified, and neither constituted a committee of experts to study the issue. The court also held that the playing online games could help in building the character of an individual, and enjoying online gaming could also fall in within the counters of freedom of expression and right to liberty and privacy guaranteed under the Constitution. The judgment also noted that the state government have been granted powers under Constitution and to make laws for gambling and betting, but interpreted that word betting for the purpose means betting on gambling games, like betting on the game of chances and not the game of skill. Further, the judges also opined that the regulation of online games may be better and proportionate solution rather than the outright ban, and left it open to the state governments to come up with a new legislation dealing with the betting and gambling in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. Now again, another question arises, that is regulation of online gaming a better solution? So an outright ban may not entirely curtail the playing of such online games with or without stakes. Telangana, which was the first state to ban online games for the stakes in 2017, has spent a sprut of illegal or underground online gaming apps, most of which originate from China or other foreign countries and accept payments from the players through dummy companies or hawala channels. Both the Enforcement Directorate, that is ED, and the local cyber authorities have tried to crack down on such apps, but with a limited success. So shifting of the users to grey or illegal offshore online gaming apps not only result in the loss of tax for the state and also job opportunities for the locals, but results in users being unable to avail remedies for unfair behavior or refusal to pay out winnings. So experts believe that instead of complete ban, one could look at licensing and regulating the industry with various checks and balances such as digital KYC, and also anti-money laundering process, barring minors from accessing real money games, placing weekly or monthly limits on the money that can be staked or time that can be spent, counseling for addictive players, and also allowing self-exclusion of such players, etc. So what is the next for online gaming companies? The Tamil Nadu government has filed an appeal in the Supreme Court against these gaming authorities on August 2021, and also Madras High Court striking down its online gaming law. Presently, it was unclear whether the Karnataka government is also planning the same, that is, file an appeal to the Supreme Court. However, at the least, Tamil Nadu government appeal is that expected to be listed before the apex court in the coming weeks. So it is excited and expected that the Supreme Court will give conclusive verdict on the issue whether online real money games could be outrightly banned, and also whether the state or central government has the power to enact legislation on the subject. For now, online gaming companies will continue to offer different formats and also various online real money games, with the distinction between skill-based and chance-based games at the time becoming blurry and debatable. So these were the questions on banning online gaming platforms and how the courts have responded, and what the governments are taking the measures, and what are the regulations to be done to avoid such addictive purposes. So court have simply said that it is just a skill of wherein you need to enhance your skill rather than a gambling.